Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, however, yeah. So I'm still into to land job in data industry. So at the beginning, I think I was struggling and pretty much still, but now I kind of like narrowing my path. Uh, like I kind of knew what I'm gonna do. Um, and yeah, so to get a job, it's probably through uh, knowledge and like experience, but mostly it's more about connections.
Hmm.
And yeah, and to like showcase your like experience, you better to show some kind of work projects. And for the last couple of weeks, I was thinking to um, offer my skills to like someone, especially like the current work I'm doing. I was trying to reach out to owners so I can get their data and use it to make a couple of projects so I can show them if they can use it or not. It's like it's on them after that. But like I want to ask them to officially give me data I can use it and I can showcase it in my portfolio. So I got a couple ideas. I was talking to executive chef, and he like, yeah, sure. Like from my side, I will give you anything you want. But now I need to talk to owners. I believe they're gonna say yes. It's not a problem for them to share data. It's not like private. We don't have like any like customers or people their like credit cards numbers. So it's more about sales and just regular numbers. So I think they will be fine with yeah sharing it with like sharing the things with me. And I get a couple ideas what I can do with them. Yeah, and pretty much yeah, I like also can ask you guys if you need any help with any kind of data science, data analytics related questions. Or like I was thinking yesterday, like yeah, like Clement doing like Clement, you get like kind of I'm not sure if you guys carry data. You get like customers, like like, and they can do like this kind of like customer segmentation things for you if you want it. So you can use it to like kind of see where like and how people we can like give what kind of information and what kind of like program we can put on them to kind of have like better profit.
Hmm. Yeah, I know how data can help drive these decisions and generate more profits. Um, in the people that you're reaching out to, I remember you saying you want to work at UBC. Who are you? What's the group that you're reaching out to now?
I'm still like it's like my long term goal probably to go to UC.
Yeah.
I knew it's hard and I knew everything goes slow there in like all the process. So right now I'm trying to get some like real world experience before I'm gonna end up at UBC. So for me, like UBC is not like my like I want to be only there and I'm only aiming to UBC right now, but I'm trying to get somewhere else. And after that, I will like go to UBC.
Is there a specific field that you're aiming for now that you kind of clarified what you want to do?
Uh, no, I just want to use data science tools itself. Like I wouldn't be focused on something right now because I can't choose what I can do. Like yeah, I can like narrow like the field, but I think it would be better right now to just get whatever I can.
For
I can
sure.
start with something.
I mean, data science, as you know, is a very broad
Yeah.
subject. And so I asked the question, what field? Because if that would help me in kind of targeting who to promote you to.
Okay, I see. Yeah, like right now I was like mostly I was focused on machine learning practices. how to use them. But for I think last week I was thinking also about cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing Azure right now. It's Microsoft,
Yes.
and also I did AWS. So probably like once I'm done Azure, I'll be more focused on AWS.
And
And
there's a Google
I
one as
got
well, right?
probably
There's a Google Cloud certification as well, right?
uh yeah, I'm like yeah, Azure is like yeah, it's more connected to Google. AWS, it's Amazon.
Yeah. I mean,
And
so
yeah,
so what I'm trying to get at here is you're saying, yes, if we have client data, you can help us with that, kind of analyze the
yeah,
data for customer segmentation. If you were to tell me, I want to focus maybe on one project on real estate,
yeah,
I think Clement would be a great person for that. I don't know if one collective, right? It is Clement, right? If you guys collect data like that and keep track of it in your CRMs, but that's something Zos could probably help you with, right? Um, Obviously there's proprietary information, but de-identifying the data sets and then really having him dig into how to analyze that data would be very beneficial to you guys if you had it. But I understand that you're trying to get your hands on anything right now, Zos.
yeah.
So, uh,
I
yeah,
mean, like so the process itself, we've been like using everything. So for now I still get this like kind of mindset of what I did before, and I still can do like multiple things. I knew in the future you'll be more also one thing I'm gonna do, but right now like I'm still kind of open, like I'm not open, but I still remember what we did, and we did like everything, so I
mm,
still can like kind of yeah, still like can choose. But for now, like I cannot choose anything, so I'm just doing whatever I can.
I'm curious to know what would be the most ideal field for you to go into. Like could be
Yeah,
um in health informatics, could be real estate, it could be law. What
uh,
interests you?
like for to get to healthcare, you also need to have some knowledge there, and like not just like you just can Google it yourself. You like need to have a proof of that, so you need to kind of not just we do computer science. You also need to have like a health study too. So it's pretty hard to get there. They're like looking for expertise in that field.
Yeah. Mm, there is there are a couple people that I would love to put you in contact with still. I'm meeting all these data scientists and data analysts. Um, Actually, Mershad, the one that I was actually gonna, oh, and you don't know about it. We were gonna create an application with Clement and his colleagues at one collective. But Mershad himself is a health informatician that I work with very closely. And I think he could probably give you good insight into how to break into the market. I work with Mershad actually. He's a really great guy. He has three PhDs, which is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys realize what that means, but each PhD takes about 6 years to achieve. He's done three. He's a medical doctor. So he's done the physician for a while. Then he quit that, started his own business. Um, he's the one I told you who writes the code for the app with taxis in Toronto, Clement. Right? I don't know if I've told you, Zos, but this guy he has a company with a few of his friends that helps optimize the profiting of taxi drivers at the airports in Toronto. So they tells them where to go, how much you're going to make, go do this, and you'll make the most amount of money today. Yeah. Um, and not only that, but he also has the health informatics doctorate as well. Um, and he's just a well-rounded, really nice guy. So if I can connect you guys, maybe I'll set up a coffee. How's that? Would that work for you?
Yeah, it's not cool. Really great.
You come meet us at UEC, and then we can all three sit together.
Sure.
Yeah. Then you can pick his brain. And then there's another guy that I also want to hopefully introduce you to. His name is Hamid. He works for a company in the States called Icon, but he's also worked for C2E2. Um, and he's a doctor as well. But they're all really cool. They're really nice guys. So yeah, let's do that, hopefully, and it'll help you. And then for the time being, if you can tell us exactly kind of what kind of data sets you're looking to work with, like that'll help me because their data sets come in different sizes, you know,
Yeah,
and it's hard for me to say, oh, Zos will be interested in this.
I mean, I would better to not to do any big data right now. That gonna like we'll need to go through like any of cloud platforms and just use to like something uh, yeah, not related to clouds to handle this process,
Hmm.
because I think it's yeah, they're gonna take a lot of yeah, it's like it's I think it's also money wise, because you know, to use that you need to like all these buckets and all these things cost money. So yeah, I'll probably rather stay with a simple data, small data. It's like yeah, and it's like computation. Like I'm not sure my laptop can handle this like much computation power. So for me, it'll be easier to handle do something not so heavy.
Funny you mentioned that. I'm actually in the process of building a gaming desktop to become a server for data wrangling and data processing.
Uh,
Oh my God, this thing's a beast. It's huge. But yeah, okay. Small data. Again, if you come across something like a field that you want to get in touch with, maybe I can help you. But in the meantime, as you're finding these projects to work on, what I'm happy to do is promote that on my LinkedIn
right.
in a way that, once you've done the project or in the process of it, give me a description and say, for example, I'm working with Vancouver Police Department on determining crime rates and
Yeah,
predictive, crime rates. And I will in turn take that and say, oh, my friend Zas is working on this really cool project. You got to check it out. He's a data scientist or a data analyst and, you know, stuff like that. So people put their eyes on what you're doing.
yeah. Like so, for now, probably I will go with the uh, mostly with the yeah sales.
Sales. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask. It was gonna be just sales. Gonna be numbers
Okay.
like products, their numbers, like annual sales.
Clement, how familiar are you with data analysts and data science?
Um, I am not familiar with it, but I do know of another company, real estate brokerage, that does a lot of stats and data.
Okay.
And I mean, I would uh, you know, maybe introduce the idea to, the one collective owners, but um I know they're pretty like busy and have their hands tied, right? I don't know about like in terms of money, but they're pretty busy right now, so I'm not sure if they're open to something new again right now. I can
The,
introduce it to them.
the company that you are referring to,
What's that?
the stats company that you're referring to, who are they?
The company that does a lot of stats is called Rennie and Associates.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're a real estate firm, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They do a lot of stats. I'm not sure. I think it's in-house that they do that.
Yeah.
Um, if you want to, just get a start in it, maybe see if they're hiring some um,
You know what Rennie's website is? Is it rennie.com?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I have a friend that's in Rennie, and he showed me like all the stats and programs that they have and stuff like that.
Sorry, are you familiar with Rennie?
No,
Zos?
no.
Okay. So I sent you the link here in the chat, the Zoom chat. Honestly, even getting a receptionist job first and then hopping into a data analyst would be beneficial for you at this point. There's a receptionist position. Oh, wow. 23 an hour. Ooh. Oh, 23 to 25 an hour. Okay. But anyway, I'll let you take a look.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like for my sales data, I'm not gonna like I'm gonna just like I'm not asking for any kind of money for this work.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just like my personal project. I'm just like need to kind of data I can work with, like with a real one, and just like will perfectly showcase like yeah, I'm working with like real process, like with like real cases, and they can just like officially put it on my portfolio. Like anything I done or like school projects, it's like it's more about school projects. Like I'm not sure people take it seriously anymore. But like if like using it like because like all this data is open, it's like public data, so everyone using it just for their projects, just still showcasing their skills. But if you like working with the real ones, explain yeah, like he kind of they hired him, they paid him, so he did like real work,
Yeah.
and they pay attention on that.
Um, for Clement's sake, right? Say he were to give you some data. My understanding, well, from what I get, he doesn't know what kind of data you need. I don't know what kind of data you need. So what would help maybe, Zos, is what kind of categories, like there are variables that you probably need to look at, or
Yeah,
right? If somehow you can create a template and share that information with Clement to say, I need customer, I don't know, frequency of contacted, and how much they pay on average for a house and all that stuff.
that the thing with data science, it could be any kind of data, and you wouldn't know what's going to give you, and like I can work with that in the way it's going to give you some insights anyway. I
Okay.
mean, it's not going to be just only like your name and like and last name. That's it. Like no, it's like still should be like more variables,
Yeah.
but if kind of like I'm pretty much sure for Clement's going to be like name, last name. It's going to be a couple more information about age, about let's say what like salary and all the small detail.
Right.
And by like using them, it's lots of it's still all the things we can do with that, and it just kind of give you some good insights.
Okay. I mean, just as a base, a foundation for him to go off, because I don't know if he can actually release that information to you.
Yeah.
Um, but it would help, I think, especially me too.
No,
I have
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And the thing, like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna share it with the public. I'm just gonna use it for project, and I'm not gonna share this any kind of projects like with the world. So I'm gonna share only like with the stakeholders. So it's like
Yeah.
gonna be from Clement. I'm gonna share with Clement only, and I wouldn't post it anywhere like from like GitHub. So like yeah, I wouldn't upload it anywhere. I'm just gonna put it on my resume. Yeah, like I did this, and then refer to like Clement, and like yeah. If you have any questions, they want to reach out to Clement. Yeah, or he did any kind of project with you guys. Yeah.
Because I know at UBC we have FIPA policies, right?
Oh yeah,
Freedom of
it's a
information.
huge thing with like sharing and data and all this like personal information and all these
Exactly.
like small things. So it's another like world.
So my concern is if you were to say, I worked on this data, have Clement go find him because I did it with him, and then he'll come back and actually his clients can sue him. I don't know if Clement's company is under
Yeah,
the laws, right? Usually it is because they're Canadian. But there's some NDAs things that have to go through. So that's something you may want to consider too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you only work with like customer data, or like what other data do you work with?
Any data. It's not like not narrowing for something. It could be any data, could be anything.
Well, I mean, I also use stats a lot, statistics in terms of like the real estate data, the buy sell, to see how the market is doing. Like, is that the kind of data that you would be able to work with as well too?
Yeah,
Because if so, because the real estate board uses data, a lot of the data, and yeah, real estate board uses a lot of data, and whatchamacallit, there's another real estate stats company called SnapStats. I mean, I'm not sure if they're hiring, but these SnapStats is a company that does deal with like statistics only, and data, and they sell that information that they kind of like, make it into like nicer, easily digestible form, sell it to realtors to give to their clients. And the real estate board, of course, they curate the data, every month to um, to give to the realtors to use. Right. So these two companies may, you know, may be looking for a data analyst or something.
This data that you have, Clement, is it only available to realtors or is it public?
It's public. Yeah, it's public. So I can, well, there's the public side, and then there's like the side where like I can adjust. Um, uh, let's see. I can probably show.
Because I don't know if you're getting this as I am Zos, but if he can give you that data and you work with Clement on creating ways to generate more sales with him in specific, that's a
yeah,
business on its own. You can do
yeah.
that for any realtor if this public data is available to anybody.
If from what you're saying, I think if you know you, if you're able to curate data like Rennie does, and be able to come up with like um, easy to digest information for the general public, not just for realtors, for the general public, like and then sell it to the realtors or sell it to the brokerages, which is like the company that holds all the realtors, right? Most of the realtors, bunch of the realtors, and then they use that data on their website or wherever, or pass it on to their clients, just like what Rennie does. I think that could be a business itself.
Mm.
Are lights going off for you right now, Zos? Like, for me, I'm like, oh my God, this could be a gold mine for you.
It's kind of like freelancing, probably how I see it, and yeah, and still like it's still about the same if you don't have any real experience. Like who gonna hire you as a freelance because you're gonna be also compared to other 10% that's been in the market for a while, and especially they was like studying the like real estate market and they was like studying real statistics. So, and yeah, like I need to somehow put myself with them in the same line and just to compete with them.
I mean, if I was comparing you and neck with someone else, one, I would pick you because I know you. And two, if you
Yeah,
gave Clement the results that he needed, like say you may helped him sell 3 houses more than he typically would have using
yeah,
this data, it's a no-brainer. I'm sure his colleagues would use you as well,
yeah, yeah.
right? Um, So
I'm just. Do you mind to share the? You said it was a Rennie website where you just kind of have a.
So the
That's
Rennie
data.
website themselves probably don't have these stats. It's the back end that the realtors are able to provide for their clients only.
Okay.
Um, I'm not too sure what they provide. Let's see. Yeah, they only provide like uh um they do have some stuff on the top.
Yeah, because all the available like public data, it usually goes just with numbers without any personal information.
is that
Um,
enough for you to work with, Sauce, or do you need personal information?
Um, I'm not sure how is in real estate is just only numbers can help without like mm, because I'm not sure like I was thinking if you're gonna be a real estate, it's gonna be more like something more like client based information. You're gonna do some like segmentation where you can just see what kind of group of people you're working with, and because you also like trying to use different scenarios for different people. You get like different products, you get different options, and how I was saying that if you do like client segmentation, you can see which where and which kind of offers you can push.
Um, in my experience, data wrangling and creating the core sets of data, I know people who do that and they get 30 grand to 40 grand per project for that.
Yeah,
Okay. That's the pricing that we could typically look at for you, especially in the health informatics field. But for real estate, I'm thinking if you could, one, look at Rennie and what they're doing, right? What you're suggesting is one thing, I think, out of a
yeah, it's one
larger
answer.
basket of services they offer, right? And then two, seeing what data Clement can actually provide to you or make whatever he has, right? And seeing how you can kind of conform that and help his business specifically. And I think if you can manage to do that, Sauce, I don't think you have to worry about competitors because you kind of have Clement as your cheerleader if you help him make more sales.
I will go through uh, these things next couple of days just to see what we can do and how it can work.
Yeah. Clement, do you have Rennie's report?
um, sorry, I don't know why it's my internet's not working as well. You guys were like stuttering.
Oh,
Turning off my camera now. But
yeah.
no, I do not have the report. I need to ask like my friend because what she showed me wasn't really a report, it was the back end of of for agents.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to see how it looked.
Okay.
Um, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. But I think this is pretty like standard stats. They just made it into like a really um nice looking format. Here, I'll share the link with you guys here.
Cool. Sorry, before I forget. Hi, Dave. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. We're um we're on the topic of Zos and helping him land a position in the data science field. So yeah, does it help Zos if we can get you that information?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Right, neighborhoods. And I mean, I know you're really good at data visualization, Zos, but I'm also happy to give my graphics designer's perspective as I've done it in the past. So if you need help with that, let me know. Uh, this is cool. I'll let you take a look at that Rennie site, Zos.
yeah,
And I also sent you visualcapitalist.com. They do some phenomenal work. And in fact, I think the director is in Vancouver, if I remember correctly. So if you're looking for some amazing data visualization work, this is them. They do some really cool stuff.
yeah. I see like using dashboards.
Yeah. Thanks, Clement, for all that. Okay. Was there anything else, Zos?
Yeah, no, all good.
Awesome.
I can pass it to Clement or Dave.
Why don't we get a quick check-in with Dave? Dave, how you doing? Number and why?
Well, I'll say 7.5. I was in like my bubble all week. Didn't want to be bothered. And there's this girl I've been seeing for a little bit, and she was like, I needed attention, but I didn't want to bother you. Because I felt that you were in your bubble. And yeah, I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. Because I don't know where that's going. But I picked up my kids on Friday, which is nice. Went to go see a movie. That put me in a good mood. Last night I spent a lot of time with family. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, 7.5, 8.
Okay, nice. Is there something that happened that kind of send you off into that bubble?
I think I was annoyed with work. I worked from home last week, the week before, and then the week that just passed, I worked 2 days from home, and I was just a little pissed off because the group I was training some managers in the Latin American region, and I don't know, I felt like they were just, like as I was giving training, I kind of it was a little bit informal, like no one had their cameras on, and I didn't feel like there was a lot of interaction. And then I remember like the course ended up ending early, and I was pissed off because like after because I kept telling him, I was like, you guys have any questions? What do you want me to go over? And I went over everything, and I think one was like, oh, I have calls to do, so I don't know if I'll be able to be on the call. And I don't know, I just felt like my time was a little wasted, and I felt underappreciated a little bit in what I was maybe giving as a course. And then that put me in a little bit of a bad mood all week. I went to work late, and I would finish later, and I don't know, I just felt off. I just didn't feel like being bothered. One of my best friends moving to Amsterdam at the end of June,
Yeah,
so I'm a little sad about that too. Because I don't have I have a very small circle here in Montreal, and yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that. So yeah, I think that's about it.
nice. Well, sorry about your friend leaving. Obviously, people grow and move on, bigger, better things, but hopefully they stay in touch. It's all a matter of making the effort.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm going to see him in September, and then was probably gonna do. I want to do Japan again for my birthday, so I'm gonna do that. So he's gonna go because his girlfriend's been like I went with him originally in 2019. Like I think I did about 3, 4 trips with him, and then I did one trip with them together, like before they started going out. And I was like, I'll never do a trip with the two of you again. I could feel that tension before they started going out, and but now I think they're cooler. Kind of because now I guess it's been 2 years they've been dating, and you know, uh, I think things will be more chill this time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the whole course training and stuff, totally feeling undervalued and people not respecting you. Sometimes the camera thing, I resonate. I when I manage people or I have a team, they just, they don't get it. The etiquette of online meetings and stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think could improve your situation? How could you get people to show up on time and commit and maybe even turn on their
Oh,
cameras?
yeah, I think that. Well, I think that's it. I think from the beginning, I think I should have said, "Well, I expect that all of you to have your cameras on,"
Yeah,
and because I think that is one thing that bothers me. Like, no matter how much I think it, I might think it doesn't bother me. I think whenever I am on a call, I want it to, especially if I'm the one that's running it and I'm doing the course, I want people to have their camera on, and just to make sure that they're listening, they're not playing video games or doing other shit while I'm, spending my day, freaking out and, trying to run something while other people are just kind of, yeah, it's more of the uncertainty of not knowing if they're paying attention. Like, I honestly, I don't even care if they were paying attention, but as long as I can see that they're there and, they're, yeah, I guess they, I guess it's more that they're there.
It does make a difference, especially in person, online. In my experience, if you guys on the phone all the time, in person, the guy's not fucking paying attention, right?
Yeah.
Your situation reminds me of that meme of that guy who walks around with his computer and it's a green screen. You seen that?
Yes. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
always at the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it used to never really bother me because I was, I would always think, well, whatever, if they don't get any information out of it or they absorb, because I know that anytime you train someone or you do any type of course, in all honesty, the absorption rate of the information you're given is 20-30%, if that, because you are throwing so many things at someone, and unless there's practice and you're constantly drilling whatever you're saying to that person, a lot of it doesn't stick, you know. But yeah, I think of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, or more figuring out was that trying to get centered and as I said, I was telling you, I was talking to a chick that I've been seeing for a little bit, about 3 to 4 months now. And as I said, she told me, yeah, I felt like you're in your bubble and I needed, she told me, like, I needed attention. I couldn't tell you because I don't know. I was like, well, if you told me, I would have given you more attention, even though I was in my bubble and I didn't want to be bothered. But it was more of a reflection on how to, like, do you guys know when you're a little bit off or you're not feeling social? It's that, like until maybe someone tells you like, hey, are you all right? Is everything cool? Like, are you guys able to notice those signs, or you're able to figure out when you're maybe a little bit more moody, or I don't know, maybe not in your ideal frame of mind?
Yeah, I can touch on that, but I'll let Zoss and Clement go first. So Zoss, do you have any input on that?
Now you can go first.
Okay. Clement, do you have anything you want to touch on?
Sorry, what was that?
Can you hear us? Is it choppy?
It's like choppy in and out sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, he was talking about how do you notice when you're off? So when you're moody or something's bothering you and you're just not operating at an optimal level, how do you notice that in yourself, or are you able to even notice that?
Yeah, because I feel that I think you know for me, it's not until someone tells me, hey, you're not there. Like, I went on a date with her on Monday, and she's like, you're here with me, but I still feel like I'm alone, if that makes sense. Like, you're here physically, but mentally you're not here.
Yeah.
And you're talking to me, you get some energy, everything's cool, but then you go back to kind of being a little bit more reserved and just in your own bubble, right? Kind of like you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
And she had told me, like, I don't feel that way until maybe my family will tell me something or my friends will tell me something, and I was like, shit, I didn't even know I was in my bubble and felt that way uh until you told me. When I saw her, yeah, yesterday, and she told me that, and I was like, oh, I guess I never really thought about it. you know
So
Hmm.
yeah, go ahead, Clement.
Oh no, I really don't know because maybe I'm always in my bubble because I'm an introvert by heart. So I do like my alone time.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I'm not too sure how I would notice it. I guess I would notice it when my energy level kind of goes down.
mm. That's actually a really good one. Like, do you notice that my energy level goes down, and I'm like, that's a good
Yeah.
one. That's actually really good. That's a good tool.
I mean, a lot of times when people are faced with this, when they're drained, it's usually a factor of dissociation. You're not able to be present with the things that are going on right then, right now. And that's usually because of, your mind is taken away by some stuff. So my question to you is, when you're with that girl and she noticed, oh, hey, Dave, you're off, you're here, but you're not. What were you thinking about? What was on your mind?
Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. Hmm. Yeah, there's nothing really I can think of at the moment. Hmm. I think I was just thinking about other things, but I was definitely not in the moment. That's right. Like I wasn't. I think I was thinking about the work that I had to do the next day, and um, the kids when I was going to get done. A lot of stuff that I had to get done this week. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was just preoccupied with everything.
I mean, the same could go with our conversation today as you're talking to us. I in my sentiment right now is you're here with us because you're focusing on yourself and the issue at hand. But for all I know, you could be thinking about tomorrow's, training day,
Mm,
coursework, and what you can deliver and what you're going to say and blah blah blah, right?
mm,
And really, as you focus on the present and learn how to be more present, that will ground you in turn. And that's an active choice. Like you can always kind of check in with yourself, saying, "Am I actually here or am I not?" And if I'm not, what do I need to do?
mm. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I think the check-in is important. Yeah, intention. Yeah.
and was it you do jujitsu, right? Are you
Sorry?
familiar? You do jujitsu, right?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Aikido?
Yes.
So Aikido, one of my close friends and mentors used to do that, right? And he talks to the master. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys, but the main difference, and he asked the master, why is it that you're so much better than us? And then, you're the master. And the master says, there's not much difference between you and I. The only difference is I can find my center faster than any of you. By finding a center is he's always consistently checking in with himself, how to move, what to do, watch the person, come back to myself. And with that intense focus on yourself, you're able to pick up those low energy levels, um, and catch yourself from feeling down, depressed, needing to go into a bubble and retreat. Because really, as you dissociate, that's actually going into your bubble,
Mm,
right?
mm. Nice.
Where's my water bottle?
Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like right of ways that are like times that I can do it just so that I make it part of a routine, so I don't forget, right? Like every morning, check in and hey, how's it going, Dave? How you
That's
feeling?
awesome. Exactly. Seriously.
Mm,
Even when you're with this girl, you're saying, hold up, give me a sec. Dave, how you doing?
mm, mm,
Am I here? Am I not?
mm.
And
Yeah, it's so true, right? It's so funny. I think about it. Like every time I have something that preoccupies me, that's it. I'm here physically, but mentally, I'm thinking about that one thing, and I don't know. I think I have. Yeah, I just started going down the rabbit hole and focus on that thing, and I'm like, and I forget everything kind of around me at that moment.
yeah, yeah. And the same goes for all of us as being with our kids. I'm guilty of it too. You're with them, but you're not really because you're thinking, oh, should I gotta call that client back to make that sale for the real estate deal? or fuck, I gotta find a job in stats. I don't,
Mm,
I want to be with my kids, but oh, I need to make that money. You know, that kind of thing, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if I can say, just I facing the same problem. Like honestly, like I knew I'm usually not presented. I knew it, and I knew like when I'm not in a mood, and so yeah, like I always see that. I knew when I'm in good mood. I knew when I'm not. I'm not. I knew when I'm presented, when I'm not, and usually I only like anything I do. I think I also like thinking about something else. At work about family, it was family about work, and only thing when I'm just focused on something, it's yeah, when I do some sport, when I play football, like I'm just focused on my football game. Like I knew what I'm doing there. But also during that time when I play is also like I got like all this like overthinking problem, because like when you get the ball, you think like, oh, what I can do, and you start like overthinking and you lose the ball. You're, like it's not like you just like get the ball and you like you know what you're doing, and then start overthinking again. So it's kind of like a rabbit hole. You like I kind of feeling free myself playing football, but at the same time I'm also like trying to overthink there as well. Not just playing all like when I need to pass here, I need to run here, like all these things. So yeah, I think it's pretty hard to get out of overthinking about everything and just be in the moment.
Mm.
As
It's funny. It's funny. No, sorry, no, I was just thinking that like a lot of the strategies I have and things that I would do to keep me centered and attentive on what I was doing. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of have stopped doing or stopped doing consistently. I mean, like jujitsu, or those, I've been very inconsistent the last year and a half. Uh, but I remember like right before the pandemic, I was going, I think I had an obsessive, uh, just an obsession with it. Like I was going multiple times a day, and I was going almost every day, and like to the point where I was getting injured, and I was just going and like when I was injured, and I think trying to find that balance on going back with the way my body performs now, and how it slowed down, and just finding that balance, and because it was therapy. Like originally, the reason I went was not to learn, how to defend myself, or how to take people down, and it was more of an outlet. That's it, burning the adrenaline off, and then being present. Because when someone's trying to break your arm or hook you, there's not much else you can think about except that person trying to hurt you.
and you know, there's a crucial step that whatever you described was awesome. The first step of it all is you actually taking um, mental note and deciding on what to do. You don't let your mind wander and get detracted from all the shit that you have to go through. You're going to jujitsu and you're saying, I need to survive. I don't want to break my arm. So you do everything to follow, you know?
Yeah.
So being intentional with whatever that you're doing now, and as you guys probably know, we always operate with this frequency of what's in it for me.
Mm,
So being with your girlfriend there, saying, why am I here? Setting that before you even go and see her. And then giving yourself that leeway of saying, okay, I'm gonna be here for about an hour. I'm deciding to actually devote that hour to this.
mm,
And then same with your kids, same with your work, whatever, right? Um,
mhm,
and and please excuse me, I say this in the most sincere way. I recall you saying you're kind of a go with the flow kind of guy.
mhm,
That has served you in many ways, but now it's your opportunity to decide whether or not you want to continue doing that or living intentionally every day.
mm.
Or maybe it's a mix of the two. Who knows? But the cool part is you decided to come on this call. You knew what you wanted to get. hopefully we're giving to you, or some glimpse of it.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
But it
Yeah.
all comes down to the small mini personal commitments you make to yourself.
Mhm.
You know, you come with this big problem of, I can't focus, I feel drained, I don't know how to check in with myself. And you're saying, how do I put that into my routine? How would you put that into your routine now that we've kind of talked about it?
I mean, I think it's two things. I think the first one is whatever I do, once I make that decision of what I'm doing, have it be intentional and be present whenever I'm doing that activity or whatever I need to do. And then I think it's the regular checkups. Yeah, whether it be in the morning or before I go to bed. Um, that I build that routine. So that's it. I can do it once. I can do it today, and then do it tomorrow. And then if I just don't do it, I know for a fact that I'll stop doing it. Like anything else, right? Once things are going well, you kind of forget the things that got you to that point, and then you try to find something else, and you back off on those things that made you feel a certain way. Yeah, I think it's got to bring it back to being just basic and
As a kind of a challenge for you, David, hopefully you'll accept. I'm kind of the person who is an experiential learner. I like to touch, feel, hear, everything. All my senses have to be in it. So for you, you're at a park right now?
Yep.
You have rocks around you?
I do not. I have little pieces of sawdust, or like those little wooden that border
Okay.
the concrete.
Well, if there's something small that you can actually fit in your pocket,
Mhm.
I challenge you to pick it up and take it around with you for a week. Use it as a memento to say, check in with Dave and be like, it's the Hey Dave rock, or it's the Hey Dave wood chip, or whatever.
Mhm.
And just take it around like you would with your wallet and your phone or your keys.
Mhm.
And hopefully that reminds you to check in with yourself.
Mm. It's gonna be my keychain that I just got for my son.
Okay. Or you can add something to your key, whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
But as long as it's with you constantly, and typically nowadays it's the phone, which unfortunately is stuck to our hips.
I'm gonna show it to you. You gave it to me yesterday. I want to show you. It's hilarious. It's totally me too. I got it for him, and then he just gave it back to me. There is it. I'll show it to you guys because it's totally me. You guys like? You guys know I like anime, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, One Piece. There we go.
Oh, Luffy.
Perfect. That's perfect. So everywhere you go, at least 3 times a day, I want you to bring up that keychain. Be like, hey Dave, how you doing?
Mm. Done. Yeah, I'm committing to that.
Cool. And try it for a week. And the next time we meet, we'll check in with you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I think I'm complete.
Nice. Easy peasy.
It's like Inception
Sorry?
movie. It's like Inception movie.
Yeah.
Everyone has something they kind of will make sure they present it. It's also in computer science, in IT, it's called debugging. So you also have like something you talking to you like you kind of dealing with a problem or like any code and you know how to fix it, but you need to make sure you will talk through and like debug itself.
Yes.
So you kind of also get something like a keychain or like any kind of figure or anything. You will debug it to the thing, and it's helping you to also like realize and analyze your own thinking process. And you will come out with like, yeah, I got it now.
Interesting.
I heard something like that for the IT what is it, coders or developers, is that they have this thing
Yeah,
called
yeah.
the rubber ducky.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a rubber ducky. It's like usually we have people who go, but right now it's like anything, and like anyone can grab anything. It's also like same with the Interstellar movie about like yeah, kind of I think it's idea of that too.
It's really interesting how it's made into mainstream media. This idea of presencing, right? Checking in with yourself, making sure that you're doing what you set off to do and debug. So it's yeah. I think
Or like
everybody in this call, it'd be worthwhile for us to even practice it for ourselves, not only Dave, right?
what rubber ducking is pretty hard thing to also do. Like during our studies, we had only one guy who was like perfectly doing this thing. Anyone else was like no, struggling.
Struggling to do the rubber ducky.
Yeah, it's we had
What
only one guy who was doing that, and you kind of helping everyone else there. But it's kind of hard thing.
what was the difference between that guy and the rest of you?
Expertise, his knowledge, and mostly I think passion.
Yeah, those are
Guy,
pretty big drivers for any
yeah, I think a lot of people was doing it for money. He had a passion in that, and you can see that. Yeah,
and that's actually a really great segue into our business talks. Money is great, but it is only a byproduct of passion and drive. If you're not gonna do it for the passion or the service, it's gonna die off one day because there's nothing keeping it going. And so as we talk about establishing Kingsmen enterprises and cleaning and car washes and laundromats, if I'm actually checking in myself, cleaning is something I'm actually passionate about. I love cleaning. Whether
I see.
like I'm kind of OCD like that. Like my clothes have to be nice, my office desk has to be clean and proper. Is anyone like that too? Yeah, because that would help me continue with this field. But just doing it for the money, it's not. Nah, not really. I can do that in different ways.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk about these things, just recently was watching a movie called Perfect Days. It's a Japanese movie about the culture. It was made by a German director, but it's like, yeah, the guy, he's like just living simple life, but he does his work properly. He's like, he also do like he do Tokyo toilet cleaning. He just like and he can just like wipe anything, but he will like deeply clean everything because it's him, and he wouldn't feel happy with if he'll just do like just like 10% of his job. He needs to fully commit to the job to make him really feel happy,
Yeah.
and he does it, and he does it he does it well. For me, the same. If like I want to start cleaning, I need to make sure like I want to clean everything. I can't leave anything. Like I couldn't sleep after that. I need to finish everything.
There we
So
go.
for me, it's hard to start cleaning because I wouldn't stop.
And that's what I was trying to convey to you guys. Like starting the business prematurely, I feel like I wouldn't be bringing it justice for you guys or for myself. Because even though we want and we have this common drive, we kind of need to do it right. Otherwise, we're gonna fall, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So I would say it's better to take time and just to think about all the small aspects and start it after, not just like rushing it right now just because like we get client here or like someone selling business here.
exactly.
Better to go through all the small details first.
Yeah. So with that said, Dave, I don't know if you can hear us or not, but Clement Zoss, you probably saw from the chat room. We've been talking about starting a business, and last time we met in person, and we presented Zoss with his award. We were talking about starting a cleaning agency or business. Cleaning for realtors in specific because well, Clement is in the field. He has clients that need cleaning, and so we just started exploring some ideas. So want to get a check in with you, Dave, and see if you're actually interested in being part of this, or would you like to kind of opt out and deal with your own stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just I would need some more info about everything. Um, but yeah, it'd be something I would entertain. I just want to have a little more info first.
From what I recall, you're actually a really super clean guy too. Am I not right?
It depends.
Okay.
Depends where. Depends what.
Okay.
Not at the moment because I moved back in with my parents. Like my space is pretty clean, but
Yeah.
everywhere else's isn't because like I've I've uh I've given up on everyone else because whenever I try to do something, I get a little bit of pushback and I've just said fuck off. Like I'm done with I'll deal with my stuff, everything else. Yeah.
All right.
But yes, definitely once I have my own space again, I'll try to keep it somewhat cleanish.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, we're still early days. We haven't actually done anything substantial yet. We're in talks. Um, but eventually, what Clement and brought up at our last meeting is Kingsman Enterprises. The reason why I called that was that it's going to be kind of an umbrella corp to many different small businesses. I knew myself as kind of a jack of all trades. I called Kingsman Enterprises because I didn't want to just do coaching. I didn't want to do just consulting. Like I wanted to have a whole slew of businesses, right? And so Clement is like, "Oh yeah, that we should call it that and do it that way." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a fantastic idea because that's exactly what I was trying to do initially with you guys. Is hopefully have real estate around the world, establish businesses in Kazakhstan, Montreal, Vancouver, Richmond, doesn't matter, right?" And so one, because Clement, this is like the lowest hanging fruit we could think about, is Clement needs cleaners for his clients. And so he said, "Oh yeah, I hired this lady. She pays around $40 an hour." Um, I'm like, maybe we can build our own agency with Zoss and Clement and find people who'll be willing to do that for less, obviously at the same level of quality, and then start a business that way.
Mm.
So right now, as it stands, Zos has mentioned that there's a community of Russians and someone else. Zos, is it just Russians?
It's I would say it's Russians. It's like people who just speak Russian.
Ah,
I think right now it's mostly Ukrainian people because all the situation there, a lot of people move here,
yeah.
and so a lot of people move here without any kind of background. They usually in that kind of countries, um, only so yeah, male person was working, and female person was sitting at home taking care of kids or not kids, just like taking care of home. So yeah, I would say it's a lot of people who move here and they facing the Vancouver prices, and I think they would realize like it's both of them need to work to make living cost.
So Zos, is it going to be predominantly women or men who will be cleaning?
I think it's mostly gonna be women.
Women. Okay.
Yeah,
So
the women. And also, it's as you said before, there's a lot of students who is looking for a job. Yeah,
yeah.
and also like new kind of like students who is would be attracted to kind of make more than minimum wage.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of big field.
What's the minimum wage at right now? Does anybody know?
16 something. I think in June it's gonna be 17.
Yeah, 1740, huh, in June. So if we can offer something competitive to that, and just to kind of enforce Dave, we're trying to create win-win-win situations where the Ukrainians will win or whoever we hire will win, we will win as a company, and the client will win. Okay. We're not just trying to make a quick buck and and rip people off. That's not it. And so hopefully um, we can kind of do that together. And then at the same time, build a community because, like you said, Dave, the you in Montreal, your best friend's leaving. Friend circles are small. And now with COVID that just passed, I'm seeing it's even smaller for many people. So hopefully we can build a community and like help them assimilate, culturalize into our lovely city and help them, right? So with that said, before we dive into it, Clement, I would love to check in with you. Is there anything you want feedback with, or need help with, or want some advice?
Uh, uh, no, we can jump into it.
Okay, wonderful. So if it's okay with you guys, let's devote the next maybe half hour to it. See where we go. So we have interested people, right, Zos?
Yeah.
Is there certain specific questions that we need to answer for them?
Um, I just like myself. I was thinking about it's gonna be like commute to the places. How is he gonna get there? Um, yeah, I mean, like money wise first, like hourly pay or whatever. It's like first thing. Second one, I think will be more about transportation.
Yeah.
Is they gonna drive themselves, or is they gonna use the public transit, or someone gonna pick them up, or kind of this like small details. And yeah, also like doing and provide cleaning supplies, or they need to carry their own.
Okay. And Dave, by the way, this eventually, and we hope to see this kind of grow into maybe the Montreal market as well for realtors. So maybe there's a pocket of, Russian speaking individuals who want to make extra buck in Montreal. I'm pretty sure there is. We could have Zos kind of be the point man to speak. However, well, for the time being, we're asking Zos to be there in person as well, because, well, we don't know the quality of work these people do, right? But once we establish that, it would be a lot less hands-on, right? So, yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, but I knew I was talking to my friends. They had like night cleaners in their restaurant, and they're not doing their job good. And even though like they can just like complain and like not clean at all, they just like I'm not sure how they deal with that. They're not like talking to him. They're like I cannot deal with that because like the person is rude, but like company still hiring them to make their job. So it's kind of like also like it's not yeah like people doesn't get the desired cleaning service they want, even though they pay money for that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think also like when I was searching for people who is looking for a job, one of the girl was mentioning to other one, like, yeah, like just go for cleaning because it doesn't require you to speak any English. You just do your job great, and you will build clients around you. They will, and also they will promote you to someone else. And like this thing I did myself, I was like working hard, cleaning properly, like as I would do it for myself. And she kind of built her own. She like, yeah, I think she doesn't. She just like is here like she's just doing by herself without kind of any accreditation or just going somewhere. She just like they're gonna call her, she will come up and just clean. But that's she like I think she like I said, she was busy just on a full day because she did it well before, and just people keep calling her and offering her to someone else too. So as you were saying, Alex, just make it right,
Yeah.
and yeah, well, people will be calling you.
Uh, I think, yeah, that's actually one, repeat future contracts, right? If done well. And that's something we want to focus on, is quality and timeliness and safety, right? Because we don't know these people. We don't want them stealing shit from the other houses.
Oh yeah,
Um, and that's why you'd be there, kind of thing. And again, Clement, the one thing I wanted to clarify is when you're offering these services to your clients, are you saying it's like, who is doing this? Is it Zos's company, or is this part of your services that you offer to your clients?
No, I actually don't say anything about who owns the company. Um, right now, the person that I sent Zas's number to, is another agent, and he was actually looking for a cleaner for one of his clients, and he was just asking around to see who has cleaners they can recommend. So, like I think in my group of realtors, like we don't really ask who owns the company. We just like ask for the referrals, and we just trust each other's words for it.
Which is great, and I think that'll go a really long way. But I'm thinking also in terms of the client too. You say some need receipts, some don't. Will they look up a website, that kind of thing? What's your take on that?
They might look up at the website, but normally if it's a referral, in fact, the person that I was talking to about that, uh, I think $30-40 I was telling you about,
Yeah,
she was referred to me by another agent as well, and I never, you know, researched on who she is, on which company she's with. Like I think the main point was for me, was to ask if she was able to provide receipts, because, as a realtor, we can write off these expenses.
yeah,
And even homeowners who do like who rent their places out, they can write it off too. So I think that's a big that's a thing that's really needed, is uh, to establish it as a company, and we can provide receipts
yeah.
to the clientele, so we could do taxes on
Okay.
these expenses.
So, I'm guessing we probably need to register a company then if we're going down this route.
Hmm.
Okay.
And not just that, we would probably need to, when you also said something about safety,
Yeah.
I think that ties into insurance as well too. We need to be insured, because we are going outside of a certain, um, like we're not in a store, right? Like
Yes.
we're going outside, they're driving around, they're going to another person's home. Who knows? Maybe if it's like really dirty and you know they got lots of stuff. Maybe there's like sharp objects they don't see, and then they touch it and they get injured,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So and then like it's slippery, they might slip and fall on their backs and hurt their backs, right? Um, so I think we do need to insure um, the company, as well as the oh, and another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is,
Yeah.
are we gonna hire, or are we gonna do no, not third party, contractors, right? Like, are the people that's cleaning for us gonna be contractors or employees, right? Because that's different ways of paying them.
Yeah. So they would probably be, in my experience, best to do contractors because as employees, you're gonna have to put them on payroll, get their benefits, EI, blah, 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 right?
Hmm.
So for the time being, we are paying them probably cash, right? Because they probably, I don't know what kind of these people what they want as us. Like for example, if it is a student, do they want to put this on their resume or do they mind
No,
the cash?
they probably will just be fine with the cash.
Okay, so perfect. So that would make life a lot easier. Um, sorry guys, can you guys see this?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. And this is the business canvas that I was talking about. So with any good business, you probably have a good structure to see what we need and what is missing. So insurance is one, yes. Transport, supplies.
what about the apartment insurance? What are they gonna claim? Is they gonna break something there? It's gonna be any complaints.
So that depends on the person in the apartment, right? If it's the owner typically has owner insurance, right?
Yeah.
For tenants also have tenant insurance. However, how would that work, Clement? Do you know if it's our people that break stuff?
Actually, that I'm not too sure. If it's, well, if I'm thinking about it in the real estate point of view, it's if the cleaners break stuff, like I would go after the cleaners or the cleaning company, right?
Right.
So I would say we should protect ourselves from that just in case as well too.
Mhm.
And maybe we'll get like multiple quotes on like insurance from multiple places to see what how much it's going to cost and what it's going to cover.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. And I wouldn't even start this business without the insurance, especially for getting random people coming in,
Mhm.
right? Transport, I mean, quite honestly, I'd rather them deal with their own. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the worst thing
That's
or the
fair.
best thing we could do is offer an Uber, but I guess that could actually go into our expenses as well, right?
Mhm.
So Uber, self-driven. We can explore this later on, but I'm just gonna write everything down, okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Supplies, I think we should provide it because they can always get it anywhere and overcharge, upsell, so
Yeah.
provided
Yeah.
by us.
Yeah, it's from Costco.
Yeah, or anywhere really. And I think we need to do some research on in terms of what are the best supplies, right? Some people, especially with families, if you're dealing with houses and kids, they're going to be sensitive to certain products, and then we can kind of cater to that or not, right?
Kind of offers special services.
Yeah. Um,
I have about 3 contacts I can talk about this stuff. I have there's one girl I dated for about 3 4 months, about a year ago, year and a half ago. She had her own cleaning company, but she dealt mostly with medical spaces.
yeah,
So that's it. She would talk to me about the products and stuff, and I can talk to her again about it. But I also have 2 colleagues that do mostly like office space
yeah.
about those products and like where to find them. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Dave.
Wonderful.
And in the cleaning. Okay, anything else for cost, guys, that you can think about? So we got transport, insurance, supplies. I would say technical, so like a website, basic, super basic, right?
Mhm.
CRM, that could be like free, basically, but
Yeah.
I would suggest we use Wave. Wave is really good.
Mhm.
Accounting, so actually,
Oh, and the type of payments that we're gonna take, right? Like, are we gonna take all types of payment, credit, cash,
we can.
debit,
So
or certain?
if we are establishing an actual company, are we going to incorporate right away? I don't think, I think we need to get a few jobs done first before we incorporate, right?
Mm.
So legal, Inc. eventually start off with partnership. And for accounting, we can take anything. I cash, e-transfers, or Interac, Visa, Amex, it doesn't matter. I can process anything, right?
But the
Uh,
thing is, like in terms of the processing, because there's the processing fees. If we want to cut down our fees, should we just stick to the basic like debit, transfer, and cash?
So that would be a question for you, Clement, is how are your current cleaners kind of doing it? Is it all cash? Is it e-transfer only?
So we do have e-transfer and cash mainly. Um, I'm sure there are cleaners out there who do, well, I'm sure there's lots who do like credit as well too. Uh, but the one that I've been dealing with, I think, was either e-transfer cash or they did like the Alipay stuff. But
Well, yeah. So that who's paying? Is it you as a realtor or is it the client?
one or the other. So depends on what it is. And what realtor does it. Um,
So for you
so
specifically, because we're going with your clients first.
well, mostly my clients pay for it.
Oh, okay.
They would pay for it, and then um,
Can,
yeah.
can you take us through that process? So say, oh, hi, Clement, I need a cleaning. Clement goes, okay, I know this company. Here you go. And you kind of just hand it off to them.
Um, So yes, well, kind of. I might be the one that goes like, "Oh, hey, I need to the cleaning company." I would contact them directly and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need cleaning for this place. The owner is gonna pay for it. They will be there, blah blah blah." And then like set an appointment so that the cleaners will go there, and then they would just meet wherever they need cleaning, and
And
then
then
they pay for it there.
on site or after the fact, or
It depends. If the clients are there,
yeah.
then they could pay on site. If the clients are not there and it's me that's there, then I would tell them that, okay, the client will pay you, blah, blah, blah. Do you take, you know, like what kind of payments you take? And then do you provide receipts? So then um, I provide all that information to the client pays them directly.
I see. And in your experience, it's cash or e-transfer typically.
For the cleaner that I've been hiring, yeah.
Oh, so if that works, then yeah, let's do e-transfer and cash then.
Mhm.
I mean, eventually we can do credit card, which is fine. Invoicing wise, that's not a problem. The only issue I have is how are we going to present this to the public? Because are we going to register our business first and then do this? And under whose name? All of our names? I'm happy not to be on this, by the way.
Well, let's see. So also I had another question because the book of business that I found last night, um, you know, what do you guys think about that? I know $50,000 is like a big number. Of course, we definitely need to look at, their books and see what their number is like, to see if it's worthwhile. And also $50,000 is not the final price. It could be negotiated, as anything is. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think it's worth exploring to see, even getting some intel on how they run the business, right? What kind of insurance they're doing it, who they're buying insurance from. That would solve a lot of our problems.
Hmm.
And then once we figured all that out, I mean, Zos, I don't know how you feel about investing in a company. What's your take?
No, I'm not sure about investing in a company. Just like probably just, I mean, you're paying for the name and for data they have, and they were saying we're like it's a client for like next 3 years. They're kind of you paying for their clients, but I'm not sure why they're selling it if it's profitable.
So again, these are all great questions, but my more pressing concern is, are you able and willing to partner with us and invest? Because me, yeah, sure, 50,000, no problem. I think that's something I'd be willing to explore if it's worthwhile, right? Provided that we have all the details ironed out and we know what clientele we're dealing with, like if they're in good standing too and all that stuff. Yeah, I'd be happy to explore that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's explored and everything's clear and it's, yeah, we see the benefits, yeah, I would love to, but just like blindly just go somewhere, just like throw the money.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's definitely not. Clement, how about you? Are you willing and able to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to, look into, and talking to the agent to see what's uh the information, getting the information from them, and maybe the books. So like, hopefully they do have good numbers for us, because like we talked about, some of these clean companies are cash, right? So they don't have those numbers. They might not have those numbers in the books, so it's hard for us to gauge uh on their actual like income. But yeah, I'll inquire to get the numbers first to see how it is, and then yeah, get a gauge on what it is. But yes, I'm all for investing into it, uh, especially since if we do buy this book of business and the numbers are good, we do have like a leg up, right? Like, this is essentially a catalyst for us.
Exactly.
We're buying our way into into this industry.
Right. And I think if we can flush this out, this business canvas, this would be a great kind of framework for you to talk to to agent with. Like for example, services, you can ask them, do they only do home? Do they offer office or medical space cleaning as well? Look at the products, technical, transport, like all this stuff, right? So we can try to flush this out as much as we can for you today, and then you can kind of take this to the agent. Is that okay with you, Clement?
Yeah, we can flesh it out to see what kind of questions I need to ask, or maybe if you guys do have more questions too, we can, type it out, and then I'll make a list of stuff that I can ask
Sure.
the agent.
yeah, I would also add time base for cleaning. Just it should be like it's like, let's say you're gonna say like cleaning gonna be like $40 per hour, but they're gonna say like it's at least 2-3 hours need to be booked for the cleaning, because they just like gonna be only 0 hour and just do 40 bucks. It's like not reasonable to do these things, because usually if you like go for cleaning or moving, they usually say like, yeah, 2-3 hours at least. So if the work gonna be done in an hour, you're still gonna be paying for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's also a great question to ask too. So yeah, let's go through these things here, and hopefully it'll make it clear for Clement, and then we can kind of put together some questions. Sound good? Okay, so key partners. I would say Kingsman is one. There we got shared capacity and resources. By this I mean, if we're running the business together, we can all kind of aid each other in making it work, right? So say for example, one's at the office, one can't do it, we ping each other, we make sure it just kind of runs, and then for all of us to kind of chip in our time, money, effort kind of thing, right? Other key partners you guys can think of?
By key partners, you mean people um, that we yeah, what do you mean by key partners?
So key partners in this business, so one could be possibly, you know, uh, cleaning companies. No, not cleaning companies, the product companies like for Trail or Lysol or something, right? We can make key partnerships with them to reduce the cost and what we spend on the cleaning supplies. That's one. Partners could be realtors, right? So we're a referral system.
It's like with these things, it would be great to have something to get ourselves to Google, so
Get
we
our
can have Google review and just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and you're gonna have like good feedback there. And like the thing I would usually do, I would just go through the Google Maps and like opening the things. Like, oh, I see this like got 5 stars, and he's going through reviews and everything is positive. And so, yeah, like I will try this kind of business rather than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, just like build your name first and just go to the world.
Well, we need clients first before we build the Google.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
yeah, but definitely Google reviews, right? So contractors, again, partners, right? You have the Ukrainian community, students, people looking or who knows? I'm just kind of typing everything out. We can kind of reiterate on this, okay? Can you guys think of other partners that we would need? Where would we get? So suppliers, this could be, I don't know where to buy cleaning stuff. Superstore. Dave, I'm hoping your friend can help us with that.
I think if we, get it big enough, we could get it from Uline in bulk.
Yeah, okay, great.
Uh, like yeah, but isn't I mean, for beginning, it's going to be only like 2 cleaners going to be like, and I think going through the bulk stuff is too much, and especially with it, some like place like Uline.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, we just got it to go as like simple, just like yeah, like the superstore, like Costco.
And that's
Mhm.
another question you can ask them too, Clement, is what are their current suppliers? Who are their current suppliers, right?
Mhm.
Because I think it's just like all the cleaners themselves is usually by through the yeah all local things. I wouldn't say people dealing with big companies. I think it's too much work to do because it needs to be legal. It needs to like find a lot of papers back and forth. Kind of is yeah, it's a lot of things.
Mhm.
And I think like, I guess, oh no, never mind. This is, I guess, goes into customer segments that I was thinking of. I'm just thinking of far ahead right now.
That's okay. Here, go ahead.
Um,
Shoot.
yeah,
No, I was just thinking because I was looking at the cleaner that comes clean our office, once a week kind of thing. I'm like, that's a pretty easy job because our office is just pure office space. He
Yeah.
comes in, opens all the offices, he changes all the garbage liners, throws out all the garbage. Uh, he vacuums and maybe some dusting. Um, it's funny because like I went in there during off hours and then I saw him come in. Actually, I no, he was in there already when I went in there. Um, and then I left and then I come back, he's on his phone. So it's like pretty easy job
Yeah.
doing like office work. So I was thinking like customer segments, should we also do like um should we just do residential or should we do like commercial as well and you know that kind of thing? What should we do?
That I
go
think
ahead.
we should go with the easiest hanging fruits first. So you already existing clientele in the residential, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we could approach them first. And also for your office, well, if we establish this company, hopefully One Collective could be one of our clients as well. Because
Yeah.
one, you can offer them a better price, really. And two, you're basically paying yourself and helping your partners.
Yeah, if I can tell the owners to hire us.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
so what are the other options? Customer segments are residentials. So to drill down into that will be homes,
Mhm.
condos, right?
Mhm.
Commercial would be office spaces. Oops.
Actually, commercial is a lot of other stuff.
Like what?
I think the main thing, the easiest one would probably be office spaces with like the least amount of cleaning. Because of course there's restaurants, right? Restaurants, those are a lot more cleaning.
Huh?
I would
Car
agree. Is
dealerships.
restaurants is pretty much same as office because you also I think they get a thing. They just like they get the list what they're gonna do. It's like we're gonna just like mop the floor and just sweep, and it's gonna be any appliances around. We're not gonna move anything. We're not gonna go down. We're just gonna like only do the itself, like the clear space where like it's no furniture around. Because I remember I was calling the steam cleaning company to do the carpet cleaner, and I had like a sofa in the living room and I think a table, and they wouldn't clean under the sofa and under the table. Like we're not gonna move it. It's like on our contract. Like oh, like I can move it for you. Like I know it's like if it's there, like it's gonna be there. I'm not under that thing. So it's pretty like clear things they're gonna do, and and as you said, it's like office. It's super easy. Same with the restaurant because also no one asks you and no one cares about how you're gonna clean. Like it's only for like owners who kind of I think they got a government rule that need you to have cleaners, and it should be just on the paper. You kind of hire someone and they clean for you, but no one actually like kind of checking if it's clean or not. And anyone who works there, they really don't care because it's gonna be messy. Like if it's something clean at morning, that's fine, but it's at night gonna be messy again. So no one really cares about the quality. In that case, we can work on that and just like to kind of at beginning work hard to improve like we like good cleaners and make our name, and yeah, make sure like people will see that and yeah, like offer better price and better quality and will be more fun, like will be better than any other companies.
Zos, you
Um,
have contacts at Buffalo, right?
yeah.
You think they'd be interested in this kind of stuff?
uh, yes, they will be because currently, yeah, like I was talking to chef, yeah, like they need to move all the tables and anything put on a table, like on like they will gonna move tables and put all the things on the table to make sure like all the area is clear from anything,
Yeah.
and in that case it will be cleaned only.
Okay. So do they do it themselves in-house or would they hire somebody to do that?
Well, I think they hire because I think they need. I will ask them about these things. Do they actually need to hire or they can clean themselves?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I believe I think it's by a law they need to hire some cleaners.
Awesome. So there you go. I don't know if you know Clement, but Zos has some dealings with Buffalo and Kerrisdale,
Buffalo?
the pizza place, right?
It's yeah, it's like Gooseneck Hospitality. They get multiple business and locations. The place is just like only one place. They got one in North Van and one in the River District, one at Kerrisdale.
How do you
They all
spell it?
it's to a Buffalo.
Oof. Like this?
No, all the A's.
I'm sorry. Oh, Buffalo.
No, Bufala. Sorry.
Yeah, these guys. Have you heard of them, Clement? Can you see this?
No.
Really good. I went there the other day. It's really yummy.
Oh, okay. So they need cleaners.
Yeah, all the places, they need to have cleaners there.
Mhm.
So that's interesting. We can kind of explore later on. But okay, so yeah, you can ask the people if they actually care to just residential or commercial spaces. Is there any other customer segmentation, large buckets that we can tackle?
I would also, I mean, I would rather stay at beginning with some small things like homes and condos, but as a also I would like to maybe somehow to talk to the landlords, like management companies.
Landlords?
Property manage property management companies.
Yeah, like property managers, they can, because like, yeah, they can also offer us to like their clients.
Yeah, customer segment. So that they would fall under residential, right? Or even
Yeah,
commercial. So yeah, I would say that they're more clients, and then we can partner with them.
yeah, because usually they will, like, people will listen to their landlords what they offering,
Yeah,
and like, because they usually go through the like security checkup and all the things, so they can like, oh yeah, like we trust this guy,
yeah.
and if he trusts them, like we'll also trust them as well. Kind of like this.
That's a good one. Criminal record checks. Definitely have to check that out.
Mhm.
Key activities.
Key activities, like what kind of
Yeah, so the basically these garbage disposal,
like,
vacuuming.
oh, like mopping, vacuuming.
Yeah. You guys think of anything else?
Yeah, like steam cleaning.
Got it.
I think it's for me one of this biggest thing right now is steam cleaning, because through the like kind of hot steamy kind of cleaning everything.
Yeah. And again, this is a question we can ask them too, Clement, is what kind of services they offer. Give us kind of a menu of the things they cover.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
Hi.
we definitely got to get everybody together. I hope you guys are excited for the gala that's happening in December. We're gonna get everyone together again. Take is 1 and a bit now, right? Sauce?
11 months.
11 months.
Oh no, watch the spot. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. And again, this doesn't have to be all set in stone. We just need to kind of cover a lot of the bases for now, and then we can refine it later on. So key activities, we can expand on that later. Key resources. Okay. Customer relationships. So definitely
Gosh. Okay.
relationships. What are our key resources, guys? I guess so again, cleaning equipment. You can ask them what kind of cleaning equipment they have currently. And $50,000 doesn't sound like a lot, really. So I'm wondering what they have in terms of assets.
Yeah, I guess I could ask them about, like, the asset, how, what they provide, like in terms of assets. Actually, in the whole thing, like what's the sale for? Like, how is it just for the names, or is it materials and names, or materials, names, and company? What does it come with?
Start, what is the sales for?
Like, sorry, no, what they're selling. Is it just the names of like their clients?
Ah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So yeah, definitely ask that. Like basically the resources, is it just physical? Is it intellectual? Are they giving us their how-tos, right?
Mhm,
And will they be training?
mhm, mhm,
Human, obviously it's their contacts, right?
mhm,
And financial as well. Do we get their accounts? So their bank accounts, POS, all that stuff, right?
mhm,
And accounting systems.
mhm.
So here, this is basically this section. Are you able to see all this? Is this
Yeah, I can see it.
see.
okay?
Do I? Oh, yeah. Mhm.
And Dave, please feel free to chime in. I know you're still there. Does this sound interesting to you, man?
It definitely does. It's just you know, I'm in Montreal. I'd like to, you know, lend a hand as any way I can. I think that's the thing, right? It's that like you guys have mentioned, it's a lot about um once the job has been done, how are you verifying? It's okay, though. I'm on my call, Dylan. Okay. Um, okay. It's dry out. I mean it's sunny. You're gonna be dry in 10 minutes. What was I saying? Yeah, there has to be a way to verify once the work has been done. And from what I remember, having spoken to her, like I said, there was that girl I was dating for a bit. She said the money was in the contract. The, like I'm cleaning at this medical space twice a week. Here are the terms of the contract. Like this is what I'm watching. These are the materials that I'm using. And she had, I think, at one point, I think she had like 10 or 12 employees, but she said just herself, the actual cleaning that she was doing, because she didn't trust anyone to maybe do something a certain way, or maybe there was very particular things for certain contracts. She would do it herself, and she's like, well, I technically clean, 4 hours a week, and then everything else is just organizing everything, making sure those people have what they need, and doing the books basically.
Yeah.
But obviously being far away, it's something that's a little hard to support you guys on.
Well, I mean, we're thinking long term, right? So once we get this established, and I think it'd be so valuable to get that recon or that information from your friend, because then we're
Yeah,
not starting from scratch, right? We know the
for
industry
sure.
best practices. And then eventually, when we do trickle into Montreal, we're gonna have you as the point man because it only makes sense, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
guys want to send me this thing as well, that like this whiteboard that you guys are creating, and then
Of
this
course.
canvas, and then I'd like to go over it with someone, like 2 or 3 people that I know here, and then bring back maybe those points that you guys came up with. I can get some information on.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome and super helpful. Um, and again, the end goal of this is to actually generate income, supplemental income for everyone here.
Mhm.
Okay. And hopefully we can align our values and passions with this business, because if you do it just for the buck, again, it's gonna be like whatever. So putting stressor on quality, safety, and and having fun doing it with you guys, I think this would be just a great experience. Okay. So looks like it's somewhat fleshed out. Customer relationships, residential.
Давно так не делал. Нет, я, значит, хочешь.
More in customer segment. This one, so spoke services co-created with us and clients. Personal assistance, dedicated personal assistant. So right now, as it is, Clement, it's just cleaning. So that's I guess a professional service, right? That's it. There's no self-serve option. There's no done with you option. It's done for you, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah. Most of the people that want cleaning services, they don't want to clean. That's why they hire cleaners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing automated. Customer. Diversified. Mass market. Okay. All right. So we'll leave this as is for now. We can always kind of flush it out. Channels. So how are we reaching our people? Marketing channels is basically real estate, realtors, right?
Yeah, I have like multiple groups that I'm part of that I can help, that can help
Groups as a
push
Facebook
out.
or
What's that?
like real life groups or Facebook groups or
Oh, yeah, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, uh, yeah, both of these.
The guy?
I'm not sure guys if you're interested, but at the beginning I was saying if you look at like for like you can do like 25% discount for like first for a person if he's like booking a first cleaning or like for 25% for a month. Also for like with a realtor, like anyone we want to connect and they can refer us to someone. We can just do something like small percent or like any small present. I remember like back in the days when like I think at Buffalo when I was dealing with a Cisco company, like you can go with the different like any kind of different other companies, but they get a special offers for us like oh like annually like you're gonna have like 10% discount from like disposal or like from like 10% from cheese stuff and all these things. So like if you're gonna deal with any kind of realtors or any kind of property managements, we can also kind of offer them something. Is that gonna be like yeah, if you're gonna offer, like refer these guys to like my clients, like I'm like getting these things like small percent or like small present.
so like affiliate program basically. So they get a cut of the profits
Yeah, yeah.
or referral
So like
placement.
they'll be interested in referring us. Like yeah, same as anywhere. If you want to refer someone, if they're gonna be hired, you're gonna have something from that. Same gonna be with these things, and they
Yeah.
will, yeah. And you it will be just better for us. They would refer us without being asked to refer us.
Okay. Uh, so another one we can actually look at is equipment leasing too. If we have equipment, we can actually lease that out.
Yeah.
But mostly what I see here is the types of services are service of sales. Sorry, sale, yeah, service sales, subscription fee contracts. Uh, anything else? I think that's enough for now.
Hmm.
Pricing. Are we going to do fixed or hourly? Right? That's and then there's no negotiation, right, guys? Our rate is the rate.
You mean with the clients?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rate is the rate for like the the one-off type thing, right? But if they have multiple, that's when we can talk more bulk services.
Yeah.
Or it's
So
gonna be like contract.
Yeah, like a contract work.
Is it gonna be the same price for cash or any cards processing?
Yeah, I think it should be the same, except for card processing, we may want to charge tax on top. I'm not too sure.
Because recently at my neighborhood, we got this running shop, and they just do running equipment like shoes and apparel. And if you before, like if you was paying cash, they was giving you a discount, and if you pay to credit or credit, I think mostly they will kind of be original price, whatever is there, and plus taxes. But if you do cash, they're gonna give you like 10% discount.
Mhm.
Because I think there was uh, during the new law on the credit processing, they had more fees for the credit cards, not for business. So to deal with that kind of situation, they was offering a cash system and like 10% discount.
Yeah, I think we probably have to do some financial projections here. With the 10% discount itself, that's just taking off the markup that we have, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For
But
credit
like,
card processing is around 2.4 to 2.9%, depending on the credit card company you go with. Um, so yeah, we can talk about that in a bit.
yeah, it's for future. It's kind of like also a different topic.
Uh,
But for cleaning services, it's going to be just like we're gonna also deal with like different type of cleaning services. Like kind of like steam cleaning, like mopping, sweeping, like deep cleaning.
Yeah, I think a good starting point would be having Dave kind of look at this and see what his friends offered, and as well for Clement to go in and ask that company, what do they offer? Right?
Mm.
Get the menu. And then we can kind of say, yeah, we want to do that. No, we don't want to do that, that kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I think when looking at that white the canvas that you made, it's the bespoke service. I think that's the most important one
yeah,
that you look into with the customer, right? Because you can say, yeah, we're gonna clean your place, but what are their expectations and what are yours, right? Like it has to be set out, and then okay, this is what you want, this is what we're doing. All right, the space is 500 square feet. Okay, perfect. This is what we can offer at this price range. Oh, you need this to be done within your service? No problem. This is the extra. This is the extra. This is the extra. And that's from what I remember how you deal with cleaning. It's not just, hey, I'm coming to clean your place. It's $40 an hour. If you want to do it that way, no problem. But then there has to be like a consult at the start. Okay. The cleaner, the contractor goes in. Okay. All right. This is what you need. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Or that's it. It's by hour. Okay, you tell me everything that you want me to do. No problem. I'll do it. And at the end, I'll give you a bill. So that's what you have to figure out. From what I remember, that was kind of how things kind of worked within the medical commercial field. Unless it was like, I remember my ex mother in law, she would clean for one of my cousins, and I remember one of Joanne's her friends had her for a while, and that's it. It was like, um, okay, I need you for this amount of hours to clean this, this area. This is what I need, and then then after having done it for maybe 2 3 weeks, she was able to adjust the prices depending. And she's like, well, if you can get it done quicker, this is the money I'm giving you, because it was, maybe you did a better job the first time. But yeah, I guess figure out what are the expectations and then what we can offer for those prices and then go from there.
yeah, thanks. That's actually really good. I expect menu selection, price, quote.
So I feel like, I mean, if it is something that happens, it has to be done by, let's say, like, not the, you have to figure out if it's a contractor doing it or if it's like one of us doing it or, one of
Yeah.
you guys. Yeah. Yeah. There has to be an evaluation, I think, from the beginning.
Yes, really, really good point.
Yeah.
So again, you can ask them, the existing business, Clement, what is their process, right? I think we get so much intel from that one meeting. I'm happy to. Is it in person that you're gonna meet the agent with, or
No, so we're probably gonna converse either through phone, text, and email, and or a mixture of them,
Sure, set it up.
because
I'm
there's
almost done with
nothing
the call, okay?
really physical to see.
yeah?
I think for this business especially.
Say there's
So
nothing physical to see.
I don't think there is anything physical, because
Oh,
I think the address that they put on top on it is their actual home address. I'm pretty sure that's a residential address that they put on there.
okay. So that's definitely something we want to explore. If it's all virtual, I'm happy to attend if needed, or you can share it with us if that's how it works.
Yeah, I can ask them all. I can ask like the agent all the questions, because I won't really see the owners as well of the company. It's pretty much it's a realtor to realtor
Okay,
discussion.
awesome. Okay, so does this give you enough to go by?
Um, yeah, yeah, it's quite a bit. I can put that all in an email and send it to him.
I wouldn't send this to him
Oh,
specifically.
no, 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 like questions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Give him.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
so what I suggest is everybody, I'll create a Google Doc. Everybody can throw their questions onto there, and then Clement can use that as kind of a framework. But you also have this to refer to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll share this with you guys all at the end of this call. I'll create that Google Doc, and then we can kind of contribute it to that list. Let's do it by Wednesday. Sound good?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with the first inquiry with the agent first.
Okay.
Just to give him the feeler that there is an interest from us, and that if there's other interest that he could let us know as well too.
Okay. And just kind of cover all bases. You had given your Zoss's number to your friend. I don't know if we're ready to start yet, but my
Mhm.
inclination is no.
He said that he will keep that number for
Got
future
it.
cleaning.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we definitely want to start, right? So let's do this. And then we'll reconvene next week and then see where we're at. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm pretty excited about this. This seems like a fun project for us all.
Yeah, it's simple, easy to start, low hanging fruit for us to, um to test our business savviness, and if we can continue with bigger businesses.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to check which will be back next week. So hopefully he can kind of chime in and give his input too. So it'd be really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Uh, looks like that's all we have time for today. I'll share this information with you and then, yeah, give me your inputs. Let's make this happen.
hmm
Thanks, Dave, for joining us and spending time with the kids. Good luck with the memento. Say hi to One Piece for me. What's that guy's name?
Luffy.
Loki?
Luffy.
Luffy.
Luffy, yeah, Luffy.
Are you an anime guy too, Zaz?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the One Piece, I was watching at the beginning, like 10 years ago, but mostly I was reading the manga. I'm still
Nice.
reading the manga, just I want to know what's gonna happen.
Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, guys. Awesome. I look forward to seeing this and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
There, guys, bye.
See ya.
Okay, have a good week, guys.